Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you are new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button. Also, click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate in on the discussion, you can join me most weekdays where I go live, like Christy and Anthony are here. Thanks, guys, for checking out today's video. I do these videos most weekdays. I try to go live 4 p.m. Central Time. Doesn't always work out, but today I'm actually on time, so it's great. I don't want to be late for weigh-in Wednesday. Everybody will start yelling at me. If you want to reach out to me outside of our of the live stream, I created a Discord. There is a link for that down in the description below. Also, down in the description below is another link, and that goes to a Pinterest board. The reason why we created that Pinterest board is because a lot of people ask what I'm eating or what meals that we enjoy, and we wanted a place to share that with you guys. So we created a Pinterest board that has a lot of our family's favorite whole food, plant-based meals. Let's see if anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share. I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. If you have any on-scale victories, I'd love to hear those too. I'm about to hop on the scale here in a second for weigh-in Wednesday, see how I did this week. If you are succeeding in your diet, I'd love to hear what you're doing, how things are going, and what things you're doing to, make sure that you're continuing to succeed. If you're struggling to get started or struggling to stay on track, what's keeping you from getting started? And what are some of the things that you're going to do that are going to make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? Let me hop over to the weigh-in screen. Let's hope that the camera it's mostly timed right. So good deal. Let me hop on here. So a quick recap here. I started this challenge in November of 2020 with a starting weight of 519.8 pounds. Through a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet, I have been able to lose 212.8 pounds so far. I am right now currently on day 21 of my diet reset. For a while there, I was allowing some things that weren't the best choices to enter into my diet. And since the beginning of September, I've cleaned up my diet and really focused on trying to eat a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet. Last week, I weighed in at 307 pounds. I was on diet all week. I had lots of wonderful, great food. And we will see how much, if any, I was able to lose for the week. Anthony says 299 is your guess. Our Tiny Acres says that you're down to 283.9 today. That's awesome. I hope to get to 283.9. And I hope it doesn't take me too long to get there. So we'll see if I can get down to the 299. That would be 8 pounds. That'd be crazy. Let's see what we do, though. $304.8. Let's go ahead and switch that up here. So 304.8. That is a 2.2 pound weight loss for the week, which I am really happy with. That is great. I'm down 2 more pounds. I would have loved to have been down to the 299. I will get there soon. And it but having 2.2 pounds down this week is a great victory for me. Like I said, I did eat a good amount of food. In fact, I made a comment to Carrie last night that I told her that if I gained weight this week, it was going to be her fault because of the food that she made for me this week. But I had a lot of dinner last night, and was not trying to push the weight down by any means. I ate lunch today, and had a good volume of food for lunch too. I'll try to pull that up here in a second, but yeah, I think 2.2 pounds is pretty great for being 680 days into this challenge, or 688 days into this challenge. Christy says, awesome. Our Tiny Acres says, congrats on the loss. Anthony and Barb, thumbs up. Happy dance. Thank you guys. I'm really happy to be down another 2.2 pounds. Gets me closer to under 300 pounds again. And that is, my next goal here. Then the goal after that is to catch our Tiny Acres and get under 283.9. I just need you to stop losing weight for a month or two. That would be great. Oh my, our Tiny Acre says you were biking a lot, but you crashed your bike last night. You have to heal before you can ride again. That is, that sucks that happened. And I know that it can be frustrating, especially I'm sure you had a routine if you'd been biking a lot, and it had been, so something to knock you out. The one thing I would say is that it's now more important than ever to make sure that your diet's on point, because you're not able to do that working out that might have either been helping you lose additional weight or keep you from maintaining the weight you're at. So, plan on stopping. Well, I did sabotage your bike yesterday, hoping that it would cause you to crash and slow down your weight loss. But I see that you're not going to let that deter you. I am really happy with being 2.2 down, especially when I look at the food I showed you guys over the past week here and the food I'm going to show you that I had yesterday and today. It was actually, I didn't take a photo of breakfast today. I don't know what I was thinking. But I will switch over here to the main screen. I can kind of move around and not worry about stuff. So awesome. Like I said, day 688, losing 2.2 pounds. I know I'm not at my lowest, but I'm losing a good amount of weight here. I've, in the last 21 days, I've been able to lose 15 pounds. So I think that's really good. 15 pounds in 21 days is very good, sustainable for me now, because it's slowing down. I mean, the first 10 pounds was kind of the inflammation, fluid, things like that. So to drop another 2 pounds today, I'm feeling really thin. And that is pretty awesome to have that feeling. Pretty Girl's mom says, great, you're going in the right direction. Carrie says, hello, Carrie. I'm down 2.2 pounds this week. So I'm not going to have to yell at you for making so much food. Keep eating the food, right? Janet says, great job, Jonathan. Lucky after the dehydrated fruit splurge. Yes, even after this weekend where we went to the movies and I had a lot of dehydrated mango and a lot of cashews. Both of those things probably slowed down the weight loss. I would have probably been down 2.3 pounds had I not had those things at the and Carrie says, even after all that pasta, I don't even know how much pasta Carrie made yesterday. I had told her the other day I had been craving it. So she made a bunch of pasta for the family yesterday, and then I had that for dinner. Let me go ahead and just pull it up here. Which button is it? Here it is. So dinner since yesterday's live stream. Here's a zoomed in photo. There's that smell-o-vision for you there, Anthony, of the pasta with the chef or the Bravo's marinara sauce that Carrie made. There's a couple different types of noodles. She also added some vegetables into the sauce. She chopped up the mushrooms really finely, and then also added some zucchini to it as well. And great flavor, good meal overall. There is a photo of it little out in the, Hello Kitty bowl. I did not end up taking any other photos of food last night, but I know I had oranges. I finished the bag of oranges today. So I had some oranges, and I believe I had a couple of bananas as well yesterday. I did not take a photo of the oatmeal this morning, and for lunch today, I had more pasta. I finished off the pasta that Carrie had made. Definitely got my fill of pasta noodles in over the last 24 hours. I will be able to go the next few weeks without having to get another binge of those in, I suppose. But I ate a lot of pasta over the last 2 days. Still had a 2.2 pound weight loss, so that makes me happy. And at the very least, if I don't have a binge, that much pasta again next week, maybe I'll lose more. But the food was pretty simple over the past 24 hours. Like I said, I had some fruit as well, but for the most part, it was the pasta with the marinara sauce. Let's see what else was going on here. No, that is not homemade pasta. That is some box pasta there. Janet says that she had made the Brian Crocs from Crocs in the Kitchen, his no chili white bean chili, and it is so good. Soy curls and white beans. You added mushrooms for unami. Oh yeah. I'm glad. That's awesome that you like that. I saw that they had posted that recipe within the last couple weeks. We'll have to see if it's something we might want to try out. Yeah, umami. Yeah, you had spelled it wrong, so that's why maybe it wasn't you. I'm sure it was spell check, but I didn't think it was an N there. Our Tiny Acres, you said with your accident, you're glad you had your bike gloves on. The worst part of the crash was scrapes on your legs that you landed on. Just curious, do you wear clip-in like shoes for your pedals, or do you just wear regular shoes? Our Tiny Acres, because I know that can be real difficult when you're when you're going down and you have clip-ins. You have to kind of respond differently, and it can be hard on your legs when you're landing. Let's see. I was just thinking today, it's funny that I'm 304.8, so I'm not my lowest weight, but I do feel like I'm at my lowest weight. I'm at that weight. It's, I guess it's 5 or so pounds or 6 pounds is my lowest weight from where I'm at right now. But I was really noticing today how thin my abdomen feels. It's kind of a weird feeling to have a thin feeling abdomen, especially after decades of a bloated, huge gut, and it's still a big gut. I'm not saying it's gone, but uh, the overall though, it's been Pretty Girl's mom. I'm not sure what you're. Carrie says you saw that chili recipe posted. We may have to try it. Soy curls weird her out a little for some reason, but maybe if you chop them up a bit. We had something where last year there was uh, a food truck that came through the area that was a vegan food truck that we took the kids to, and we had ordered some fries, and they used soy curls in the fries, and they just overdid it. And I've not really tried them since we had them with that. First thing I said was, is Pepper okay? Your dog was in your bag attached to your rack. And then your husband said that he's fine. What about you? You barely missed going downhill into a pond. That sucks. Our tiny acres. I hope you're not injured or it keeps you off the bike for too long there. And your pedals don't have clips. So, and Pretty Girl's mom says that dish looks great. I imagine that's from the Crocs in the Kitchen, the white bean, the no chicken white bean chili. So what I was saying was just about that feeling good. And I know I've talked about it a lot over the past few weeks about how good I feel. But it also, it translates to everything though. Like it makes it more, it makes it easier to do other things, and therefore I end up doing them more. I just feel, not only do I feel healthier, but I feel like I'm a little bit more active than even I was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And then being more active makes me feel like I'm getting more done. And then just overall it elevates my mood. And it's kind of the opposite of before, when I was always feeling bloated and lethargic, and that made me feel bad. And then I felt bad and I ate, and then I ate and it made me feel more bloated and lethargic. I feel like when I'm eating healthy, I'm in the opposite kind of system than when I'm eating the junk food. And again, it kind of goes back to the book I was reading, The Atomic Habits, where he talks about the 1% better versus the 1% worse each day. And I am really noticing the improvements from that 1% better that I'm getting. And it's noticeable, not just from the point I'm at now to where I was in 2020 when I started this at 500 pounds, but it's noticeable from when I was 319 pounds 3 weeks ago to today. And it almost feels just as big of a difference. Like, allowing that junk food back into my diet was just slowly draining that feeling I'm getting back now, that feeling of cleanliness, for as weird of a word as that might be to use. But my diet feels clean, and I could see how where I was eating 2 months ago, and really kind of right in, you know, in August, I was going ham with, maybe ham's not the, but I was eating lots of junk food that I shouldn't have been eating. And, uh, and my mental state was kind of getting screwed up because of it too. Because I wasn't that I was not, I was telling you guys I was screwing up, but I wasn't maybe feeling like I was being as forthcoming as I should have been as far as the junk food that I was eating throughout that month. And that throws my mood down because it's not just you, but it's also Carrie and my family and other people as well. Um, and it, it's nice to be climbing back out of that hole that I didn't realize I was in. I kind of was being uh, maybe in denial of it because how could I feel bad? I'm 310 pounds. I'm 210 pounds lighter than I was 2 years ago. There's nothing about this that feels as bad as being 520 pounds felt. But it's different. I feel better. I feel clear headed. I feel happier. I feel like things are going better overall. Um, our tiny acre says your hubby's going to fix a few things on your bike and your leg, let your leg heal. You get back on it. Um, losing weight definitely makes it easier to move. Absolutely. It has been, um, the mobility. It is wild. I used to always, in my head, I'm mobile. I'm not that fat. I can go shopping. I can go do things. Uh, but the toll it would take on me after the fact, or even during, the winded, the heart rate elevated, just the fatigue that it causes to do simple things, or it did cause to do simple things. And I would turn around and I'd be like, well, yeah, I'm not that fat. I went to the store yesterday, forgetting that, yeah, I was winded the whole time and my heart rate was shooting through the roof. But I got it done. And now today it's much easier to take care of that. Um, I got to put you on guys on hold real quick. Sorry. I'm back. I probably lost everybody, but I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had an important work call that I needed to take there. I was talking about how good I feel, how good it feels to eat healthy food, and how eating healthy food makes you feel healthy, and feeling healthy makes you feel good. So, what me feeling good happens because you eat healthy, then you got to keep eating healthy to feel good, right? Let me see. Our Tiny Acres. I read that. Janet says, you went through all your old clothes and you have a big pile to take to Goodwill. It's been 2 years now, and for the first time in your life, the weight stays off. You just keep to the left of the red line. You feel great too. Nothing non-compliant is as sweet as this new life. That is awesome, Janet. I love that you've been able to get the weight off, to be able to give the clothes away. And I love that you've been able to keep the weight off, because that is where I've always struggled. And that is what I am looking forward to with this way of eating and this lifestyle, is getting the weight off and then being able to maintain it, because this is the only diet that I can sit here while I'm dieting and say, this is sustainable. This is something that I could eat the rest of my life. I've thought that about other diets. I've pretended like that about other diets, but they were absolutely not sustainable. It was not near enough volume of food, and not the good, healthy food that you should be eating. So that's great. I'm glad to hear that you're having so much success, and that you're staying to the left of the red line. Carrie says no waiting music. No waiting music. I'll have to figure that out, I suppose. But then I'll get copyright claimed or some crap because my music. Our Tiny Acres says it's definitely hard to go to the store when heavier. Yes. And this new online shopping, or the grocery pickup, doesn't really help anybody health-wise, probably because it just makes it easier for us to go grocery shopping without having to do the walking. The only plus side is that it does help eliminate that impulse buying of the junk food, because you're not actually in the store. So if you're trying to eat healthy and clean, maybe ordering online is the better option for you, because you won't have those temptations. If you're finding that you can't walk by the Oreos without grabbing the package of them, or grabbing a soda at the checkout line, then look into seeing if they have an online pickup option, so that you can just go have them grab the items for you, put them in your car, and you avoid that temptation. So that is a positive about the online, or the curbside pickup. The negative is that it allows people to buy junk food without any cost. You don't even have to spend the energy to walk to the front door and go to the candy aisle anymore. You can just order buttloads of candy. I meant boatloads of candy, and have a shopper bring it out to your car. So that's the negative side of it. But yeah, I don't mind going shopping or going in places anymore. The other day I went to the grocery store, and it was busy at the grocery store. I ended up parking across the street, essentially, at another business, because I didn't want to deal with I have a very large pickup truck. I didn't want to deal with getting it into their parking lot when it was so full. And before, I don't know what I would have done. I would have maybe waited to find a spot, or found a different place to go. But now I don't have any problems with going and, having to walk any distance for anything. That is huge, just thinking about it now as I'm saying it. Um, this summer I did a lot of walking sometimes. There was a couple days where I did 11 plus miles of walking, or something like that crazy. It was, I don't remember. It was thousands and thousands of steps. And, um, and I had no problems with it, in the past, at the same event where I was walking so much, I would find ways to walk less, and I was having to take ibuprofen just to handle the pain of my ankles hurting, uh, and help with any of the inflammation that it would help with. Uh, and now I would be up for doing anything really active, I mean, I'm not going to be able to run for a long distance, but I could walk for an hour. I could walk for 2 hours, like I could throw this football over that mountain. All right, it's a Napoleon Dynamite reference. The uh I just, it's so nice to be freed from those chains that the weight were holding me back, and just being more open to doing things, with what I got at work here. I was talking about the internet stuff I have going on. I'm having to run lines. I was crawling under desks today. And it just, um, not stuff that I would have been able to do 2 years ago. And I really feel like 3 weeks ago, I would have done them, but it wouldn't have been at the pace that I'm doing them now, or with the motivation to actually do them. And I think eating healthier has a huge impact on that. It's made a huge influence on the things outside of the diet that, the things that I wouldn't think that food would have so much of an effect on, but it really does have a huge effect on so much of our life. And a lot of it too is that mental, that, I'm 21 days to doing good, like having positive days, 21 positive days in a row. And it's so much better than being at 21 negative days or even 5 negative days. It's a huge mental change, in just, it's not a, why are you screwing this up? It's a, hey, keep doing that right. And it's worth doing. It absolutely is worth making the right choices and eating healthy food and eating this way. I would continue to say it, eating a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet will change your life. It absolutely has changed my life. It was not my intention to eat this way. I never intended to be sitting in front of a microphone telling people to eat a plant-based diet, but eating a plant-based diet will benefit you in so many ways. And it's so much easier to get the weight off, but keep the weight off because you get to eat this volume of food. Eating a low calorie dense food diet is going to get you so much further than you could ever imagine. And it really, I talked about it yesterday, it helps in those times that you're just feeling like you have to eat, like, or you're just feeling like eating a big volume of food, that you can eat a big volume of food. You just have to change the things you crave. And a lot of that's changing your environment and changing your mentality towards food and what are things you should be craving. Because we are surrounded by so many influences, and it's really tough to drown them all out. And these companies and corporations spend billions of dollars to convince you to eat their food, that their food's not that bad, that it's a healthy alternative, that if you eat in moderation, it'll be okay. But it's not the way it works. Carrie said yesterday, yeah, she was telling me today at work, she was telling me that she was jealous of my potatoes and broccoli yesterday because she didn't come to work and have potatoes and broccoli. But who's jealous of somebody eating potatoes and broccoli, But when that's the food you eat that's good, and that's what you think of when you're fantasizing about food, is fantasizing about potatoes and broccoli, then you get to fulfill your fantasy by eating the potatoes and broccoli. And you also get to fulfill your weight loss goals because you're eating such low calorie dense foods that you're going to lose weight. You can't help but lose weight when you eat this diet. And it's all a snowball of positive effects. And it's worth taking the effort to do. I'm glad that I've recommitted to this and I'm seeing these benefits this early. I just have to continue to remember that. And so overall, though, I'm happy with everything. And I lost 2.2 pounds this past week. I'm hoping I can lose faster than that. I want to get back under 300. But it's going to happen at the rate it's going to happen. And I know, though, that if I keep eating clean, it goes down. And I've said this before in streams, and I've done the experiments. You guys don't have to do the experiments. When you eat a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet, you lose weight. When you don't, you don't always lose weight. Sometimes you lose weight, sometimes you maintain, sometimes you gain. But eating this way, I'm going to continue to lose weight. I just don't see how I couldn't. It may slow down. I mean, 2.2 pounds is a lot less than it was last week or the week before, but it also is very dependent on the amount of food that's in my stomach too, because I ate a lot of food in the last 24 hours. I ate more food in the last 24 hours than I ate the 24 hours prior to that. And that might cause me to eat less food the next 24 hours, or maybe I'll eat the same amount of food the next 24 hours. But it's the I don't get too worked up about a pound here or there. It's about the big picture and getting it to go the right direction. So right now, get under 300 pounds, then catch our tiny acres, then get to my goal. So that's the way it's going to work right now. So thank you guys for checking out today's video. I appreciate all of the support and you guys keeping me accountable. That's what weigh-in Wednesdays are. Those are my accountability days. They're the day where I can't hide what's happened because the scale doesn't lie. It will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I suppose. So anyways, thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. Click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. I have the tools to reach my goals. I absolutely have the tools. I've spent the past 2 years reading just about every plant-based book I can get my fingers on, the motivational books, the habit books like the last one. I really feel like I have everything I need, and I just need to stick to the diet because the diet is successful. It was me who was failing for the past year, and not failing, floundering. I'm going to say floundering, not failing, because failing would have been gaining 60 pounds, in my opinion. To maintain a 200-pound weight loss for a year, never done it before. And I'm hoping that I get to crush that record after I get to my final goal of 219.8. So get started right now, guys. Nobody ever wishes they would have waited once they reach their goals. Everybody who reaches their goals wishes they would have started sooner. So get started right now. I will be back live tomorrow. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. And you guys all have a wonderful evening.